Okay, let's cover what are your choices when you have a rental property. We identified three primary types when we're talking in terms of residential real estate. So one units or smaller units, maximum duplex, fourplex, but we're talking residential here, so I want to talk about these three types of ways that you can have a rental property. This one is your classic format, which is a long-term tenant. So you basically have your property manager, you have a tenant who signs a lease for 12 months, and you collect the income from that tenant. So that's really your classic model. There's not much to elaborate on since most of the demonstrations within this video series speak of the example of a long-term tenant. So key here is you want to make sure to screen a good tenant in a good financial situation, and you want to have confidence in your management company who will be placing these types of tenants, okay? The second is for short-term and vacation rentals. So we're talking about, more often than none, it's more resort type properties where snowbirds can rent for a small time, or even some of them can be in a format of a condo hotel, which you're dealing with something with very short-term rentals and that you're generating some income by the burst. This becomes obviously very seasonal dependent. A couple things you want to be aware of when doing short-term vacation rentals. In states like in Florida, in a lot of areas, there are extra taxes for vacationers, so you're taxed additionally for short-term rentals. So you want to be aware of that. There is also more variability to the income that you make because you don't have a set lease agreement, so you're not exactly sure if you're going to be able to rent out the unit or not. So you want to make sure that your management company has a good track record, and if you're going with an independent service which lists your own property, then you'll want to make sure that you're getting enough exposure to fill up the vacancies. The benefits though is that when your unit isn't rented out, you can go ahead and use it yourself. So if you're looking for an investment where you get to use the unit, that'll be made available to you. The only problem is that the time that you most likely will want to use the unit is also the same time that most of those slots will be booked up. So you want to make sure that you have yourself a really good discipline as far as going to use the units only on the months that you know you would most likely not miss out on income. And the third type of rental property is rental pools. Now, sometimes when you purchase properties within a certain community, you can get the option to participate in a rental pool. And what that is a company that manages similar units or all of the units within an association will have an on-site management office, and all the income generated from all the units that have decided to participate in the rental pool share the income that was generated month after month. The expenses are also shared across the board. Benefits here of a rental pool is you're always getting income every month, so you never have any vacant months. You get to leverage the power of the group, so it also gives you economies of scale. So management fees are usually much less since they're managing a bulk of units, and you get to take the efficiencies from group or bulk insurance and such. So it really helps you out as you own rental income properties. The only downside from a rental pool is you have less control as to who is renting in your unit. Sometimes your unit could be vacant and you're collecting income. Other times your unit will be occupied versus a neighboring unit might be vacant and they'll be collecting rental income. So everyone gets a chance to participate in the total income generated within that community, but you have less control of your unit. You want to make sure that you have an option to opt out of this rental pool at no charge, and most of the times within good associations that is the case. So a rental pool is great if you're looking for less maintenance, less work, and consistent checks coming in month after month. And that way, whenever you're ready to move into such unit, you can opt out of the pool, manage the unit yourself with a long-term tenant or short-term, or just go and use it for yourself as a retirement property. So these are three types of properties. So again, long-term tenant is very consistent, you're in control. Short-term, you have bursts of income, there's more variability, a couple extra taxes, but you get to use your unit. And rental pools is a management company that deals with everything with lower overhead, more income distributed to all parties. So three different types of ways to deal with rental properties. These are three basic methods. So as you look into real estate, try to find which one's right for you. But also, as you invest in real estate, your goal should be to have the least amount of time involved in your investment property. So you might want to try to get into an investment which is less dependent on your efforts.